Hello and welcome to another video. This car is a BMW 2019 320 G20. So as you can see, it's been used daily for quite some time, and this video I just did a short video of how I clean cars and semi-detail. I mean, it's not a in-depth full detail video where I clean everything up very thoroughly, but this gives a short picture on how to maintain cars like this when they get to this situation. Now, the first area where I usually start my detailing or washing process at all is from the wheels and tires. And this soap mixture that I use is my kind of own invention. It's a high pH level soap, and it works really well to these brake dust and cleaning wheels and cleaning tires all together. And as you might know, BMWs have really soft brake pads, so the wheels are always dirty and always covered in brake dust, like these wheels also were. And the tires are not terrible. They're not clean, but as you can see, a lot of debris comes off from them and a lot of stuff. And also the wheels, they're pretty new and in relatively good condition. So it wasn't an impossible task to clean them. I use a soft brush to clean the wheels and tires, and still to the very end I add some more soap just to keep everything wet and to agitate all of the rest of the brake dust and all of that dirt. Then it's just a power wash rinse to get all the soap off. This is like I said, it's a high pH level soap, so you can't let it sit for any time. It cannot dry on the surface of the tire or the wheel. It has to be wet all the time, and that's why I also rinse it off very thoroughly and really quickly. And there we have it. The wheel is clean, and now we can take a look at our clean wheel. As you can see, the results speak for themselves. The wheel is really clean. Now the next phrase where I go usually is just to wash the car, the with a snow foam or something like that. But since this car had a lot of bird droppings on the back of it, on the back glass, the rear glass, and the trunk lid and everything, I jumped right into there. And here I also used the same soap mixture as I used on the wheels, since the bird droppings were not coming off by just power washing. So I added some high pH soap there also. And since this car doesn't have any kind of wax or coating on anyways, it doesn't bother it for the paint or anything to have high pH levels on it. I mean, these high pH level soaps, they get rid of wax pretty well. But anyway, next it was just a basic wash, just a snow foam and a brush, and just get rid of all dirt. And there's nothing special to it, so I'm not going to waste time here talking about a special normal wash. Everybody knows how to wash their car. Then I wash with a mitten or this kind of soft pad all of the door trims, the door panels, and the doors themselves from the lower sections also. And this is a really nice touch to do when you're detailing your car a bit more than just a wash. Next, it was time for me to kind of inspect the paintwork. In what kind of condition is the paintwork? So as you can see, I'm feeling it with my fingers. I'm trying to get a hold of how much should I clean this car. And I use soap and water here. And I don't use a clay bar, I use a clay rag. And here you can see me claying the car from the hood at the beginning, just to get the idea how dirty this car really is, and do I need to maybe uh, do some special things to take care of the paintwork. But after playing this entire car, I found out that the paintwork is actually in rather good condition. So it was just time to clean everything up with a microfiber towel and start detailing. Start polishing the paintwork. So I tried to do a 50-50 shot from the bonnet with this scotch tape or the painter's tape, whatever you call it. Here you can see me using a heavy cut detailer's tools. This is a rotary polishing machine. I'm using a heavy cut pad and so on. And as you might know, BMWs have a really tough clear coat, so it's okay to use these heavy cut tools also in these lighter detailing jobs. And here I'm just polishing all off, and as you can see from the video, there's a lot of stone chips on the bonnet or the hood. I mean, the paintwork looks to be okay, but there's also a lot of these stone chips. The car looks like it's been driven behind a truck for 150,000 miles. But anyways, the 50-50 shot, you cannot really tell any difference from the hood. So that's why I just polished the hood entirely and trying to give you some kind of feel for it, how good of a paint this really is. It doesn't require that much of polishing. It's pretty good as it is, but the little polish that I did made it just a little bit better. Now the real problem that I was having with this car was the headlights, and as you can see, these headlights are very dull. These are um, there's many rock chips and so on them, and they just look like they've been sanded down with 1,000 grit sandpaper. So I just gave them a good polish because I know that I could use a sandpaper on these headlights just to get them a bit more clear and to get all of those stone chips and everything out to make them perfect, absolutely perfect. But there was no need. It was just a question of small polishing, a light polish, and as you can see, the results speak for themselves. The headlights are very clear once again. So that was it. Just did that to both sides, and no, nothing fancy about that. Now it was time to attack to the interior. First, just vacuuming all the bigger rocks and stones and sand out, and all the trash that was found from under the seat. And that's pretty much it. What you're seeing right now is me vacuuming the with the sharp vac the floor, get the sand out, and then vacuuming also these the floor rags. Now this is pretty normal procedure to do. I do this pretty much weekly to my cars, vacuuming the floors and vacuuming the floor mats also. Now, the next product that you're gonna see is from Sonax Extreme. It's an interior foam that is basically for all the surfaces in your interior of the car, and this stuff works wonders because also it doesn't just agitate all the dirt that you get inside the car, but this thing also has odor removers, so it's really efficient. I like to use it. It gets rid of all the smells, especially if you're eating in your car, if you have any sort of hamburger smell in your car or something. It doesn't smell like the original factory. This is a wonderful product. It doesn't do any kind of smells there. It just deletes all the existing uh, smells, and it's just my policy. It's my idea of a car that a car should smell what it smelled like when it came from the factory, or don't smell like anything at all. So I don't use any of those air fresheners or anything like that because I hate them. I hate them so much. I just want my cars to uh, have this fresh odor inside, have them like there's no smell at all, or to have them smelling like they just came from the factory. So now I'm also vacuuming all the rest of the stuff out that was in. And as you can see, the results are pretty good. I mean, these carpets came out really good. Vacuuming and using the Sonax Extreme interior foam gets rid of all the dirt and all the smells. Now it was time to clean the door cards. I use a small brush because it's a really efficient way to get to all the places, and just water and soap with these door cards because there's plastic and rubber and leather on these door cards. So just regular water and uh, and soap. Then time to use a microfiber towel to clean everything, to dry everything, get rid of all the dirt that was agitated with the water and the soap, get everything dried, as you can see, very dry, very clear. And these door cards should be matte finish, so that's why I'm using this Sonax Extreme matte finish paint renovator. I spray it on a microfiber towel and then I spread it evenly on the surfaces of these door cards and all the plastic trims that I see that should be finished as matte. I don't want anything shiny in this interior, so that's why I'm using this product. And this is supposed to be spread on the surfaces and then just let it be, and then finally wipe off the excess with a microfiber towel, as I'm doing pretty soon. And as you can see, the finished product is a very matte finish door card, as it's supposed to be, and as it's meant to be. These door cards are not meant to be shiny. I don't want them to be shiny. I want them to be matte finish as they are. And yeah, this is perfect as it is. Now, cleaning glass is one of my favorite things to do. I use water and soap just to begin with. The mirrors, I clean them with the water and soap, and I use a brush to these windows also just to get rid of all the possible dirt that is still on there. And as you can see, the even though I'm using water and soap and rather new microfiber towel, after wiping all it off, the glass looks horrible. It looks worse than it was. Now I'm using Auto Glim glass polishing compound. Very easy product to use. You just spread it very thinly, very thin on the surface of the glass, as you can see. And you can also kind of rub it in if you see that there's some kind of mineral residue on the surface of the glass, and this gets rid of all those. Now I'm polishing the glass on the mirrors also, and then just wiping everything off immediately afterwards with a clean microfiber towel. And as you can see, the glasses, they become pretty much perfect with this product. I mean, the glass polish from Autoglim, it just does wonders. This is a perfect product for cleaning windows, and I love to have my windows, mirrors, and everything super clean. No reflections or nothing, and no mineral scale. I hate to see that mineral deposits on windscreens and windows. Now it's time to use this special tool to clean my windshield, and I used the Autoglim window or glass polishing compound to this windscreen also. It works wonders. You just have to be very thorough with it. You just have to be very careful and spread it evenly. As you can see, I'm really focused here, spreading the stuff on the windscreen from inside of the car. Now, cleaning your windshield from inside of the car is pretty much one of the most irritating, annoying jobs to do when cleaning your car, but it does so much to your vision and your whole feeling of the car. If the inside of your windshield is just nasty, like oily, and it gets that gray slash blue residue inside, it just ruins the feeling of the total the total feeling of the car. It just feels nasty. So now, since the all of the compound is spread evenly on the on the windscreen, it's time to just wipe it off and and uh, and polish the glass from inside. And afterwards, the glass polish compound leaves a bit of residue, so I just wipe that off from the dash. Very simple. And now it's time to use the Sonax Extreme, the matte finish product, to interior parts also. All the plastics, all the wipers, everything on the dash also, and all the plastics. I use the same stuff except for all of the shiny bits. So the shiny bits, like the screens inside the car and the buttons that are supposed to be shiny, I use different kinds of different products. But all the matte finish uh, plastics, I use the same Sonax Extreme matte plastic finish. And now look at this center console. This is the difference that you see when I use products for shiny surfaces, because the stripe in the middle and the gear lever are shiny. I use a different product for the shiny bits and different product for the matte finish bits. And here you can see the difference how I do things. And this is the final product, very clean, as you can see. The things that are supposed to be shiny are shiny, and the bits that are supposed to be matte are matte. So that's how it's supposed to be. And here's one more shot of the center console. As you can see, very clean. Also the screens and everything that's supposed to be glossy are very shiny, very clean, and the things that are supposed to be matte are matte. So that's how you create this uh, contour, or whatever you want to call it, inside your car, and make the interior feel as new as possible constantly. So, and here also you can see the steering wheel and all of the buttons and everything, very clean. Now it was time to clean the seats, and these seats are half leather, half this kind of some kind of texture. And I use this Sonax Extreme interior cleaning foam to the seats also. It doesn't harm the leather at all. It just cleans it very well and gets rid of all the smells, because this is the place where you're sweating a lot, and all the body heat, body fat, and body moisture goes into the seat, and the seats are actually really smelly in each car. You just don't really realize it when you're sitting in there. So that's why I'm using this product also to the seats, because it has that odor remover. And yeah, using a little brush once again to get everywhere with this Sonax product, and then cleaning everything. I mean, drying everything afterwards with a microfiber towel. Then I'm using Autoglim Leather Balm. This is a leather care product for the leather bits in the seats. And even though these seats were not mistreated at all, and they were in very good condition, I could tell that they haven't been taken care of uh, very thoroughly, because they were just eating this leather cow balm. It was just I could almost see the leather move when I put this on them, and yeah, it was about time to give these seats a very good uh, moisturizing product on them. Then it's just time to buff it off. I mean, leather should also be kind of matte. It's not supposed to be very shiny. And here you can see how the finished product looks. Now this is just the trunk. Just vacuuming the trunk. It was full of sand and full of debris. Nothing special to it. Just vacuuming all of the stuff out, making it clean. And as you can see, I got it pretty good. Adding also the Sonax product here, because there's a bunch of odors in the trunk. I could smell like a pine tree in the trunk, so just adding that for the odor remover, and then finishing off the plastic trim inside the trunk everywhere. But that was the trunk. Now it's time to add these small touches like the tire dressing. Now this thing is from Autoglim. It's very shiny, smells lovely, and once you put it on, it looks really shiny, as you can see, but it dulls down in within the next 24 hours a bit. And here's also an odor eliminator from Autoglim that I use inside the car just a bit to remove all of the excess odors that could be in there. And then I took a look under the bonnet, and it was clear to me that this car has never been taken care of as I do. It's the under the bonnet was just untouched. So I used this very soft, gentle soap that is meant to be used under the hood. It's called Motor Fresh, and I tried to use this first on the dirt and everything that I saw under the hood. Tried to use that with a brush. When I and after brushing, it was very clear to me that this wasn't enough. I have to use this stronger stuff. So I ended up using this high pH level soap once again to these bits also. And I don't use a pressure washer on this car under the hood, because I think there might be some very delicate electronics under this hood. So I used only the soap and pressure compressed air under there. And then I used these microfiber towels to just wipe everything off. So with the minimum amount of moisture under the hood, I kind of got the under the hood pretty well, looking like brand new once again. And pretty soon you're gonna see how it looks right here. Looks very clean, looks normal, no dust, no debris, none of that. So that's how I want my engine base to look like, clean and like it came from the factory. Then it was time to just refill the the washer fluid. So this is a concentrate of ethanol and water. I just filled it up and closed the bonnet, and that's it. Now the car is done. Thank you, and thank you for watching.